Yo, man, what's wrong with you? That's Danny, man. He getting on my nerves, dog. Yo, bro, calm down. Try not to be so upset, dude. Man, you don't understand, man. This dude always got something to say, and I'm getting tired of it. Every time, you know, I do something, he want to say a little smart comment, and half the time it be racial, and he think I ain't gonna say nothing because he probably think I'm soft. Man, I'm getting sick of that, bro. Well, blood, is he like doing it on purpose? I mean, is he trying intentionally to piss you off? Time I do, I think he intentionally trying to do that, bro. I'm getting tired of it, blood. I'm just getting really tired of it. I try to avoid dude. You know, I don't say nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just really starting to frustrate me. Well, therein lies your problem, dude. You're not saying nothing. You gotta let homeboy know that he's offending you. You don't like that, man. I just feel if I say something to dude, man, I'm gonna go off. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I try to go to him cool and calm, you know what I'm saying? He always got a little smart, sarcastic remark. I don't do well with sarcasm, bro. Especially when I'm trying to be serious with you about something you done said that you done offended me with. Come on, man. Well, bro, you know what you got to do, right? I mean, you already know what you got to do. You got to go to homeboy and let him know, man, that he's offending you. How's he supposed to know that he's offending you if you don't tell him? He already know. I shouldn't have to go to him and say nothing to him. I mean, come on, you ain't got enough common sense to know when you saying something that's offensive? Oh, just go talk to him in love, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least do that. God has called us to do that, man. Just go let him know you was offended by something he said, you didn't appreciate it, and you're just trying to come to him in love because, you know, you really want to continue in the relationship. You don't want there to be no problems. And maybe if you express that, man, maybe he'll see things differently, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he'll come around and not be so sarcastic or not be that way towards you, dude. But you got to open your mouth and say something and let him know what's cracking. Yo, how many has been there before? Have you ever been through that situation, experienced that situation before? You know what I'm saying? Where you're just trying to do your best to get along and there just seems to be this one person that just pushes your buttons. You know, no matter how nice you are, no matter how humble you are, they just seem to, you know, enjoy when you squirm. They just seem to have it out for you. You know, at every turn, they're looking to say something sarcastic or say something that seemingly to you seems to be offensive, right? And you don't know how to handle the situation. And you definitely don't want to lose your job. You definitely don't want to, you know, put yourself in a situation to where you're going to be in trouble for the way you reacted or the way you handled things, right? What if it's not a coworker? What if it happens to be a family member or someone like that? And you don't want to throw away the relationship, right? You value the relationship. You'd like to hold on to the relationship, but yet there needs to be some correcting. There needs to be something said to this person about the behavior and about how they are treating you and making you feel. A lot of times we as Christians feel like we can't say nothing. I don't know why we feel that way. I don't know where we've been taught that if we confront someone, that it's just going to be that, a confrontation. No, if you come at someone in a very loving, humble, and meek way of wanting to get something right that you felt was offensive to you, hopefully that person will hear what you have to say and they'll take in consideration of what you have to say. Why? Because of the way how you came at them. You didn't come at them nasty, ugly, foul. You didn't come at them screaming and yelling. You didn't come at them talking about, you know, what you was going to do if they keep doing this or keep saying that. No, you came at them like Jesus would come at them. Very humble, very kind, very loving, but also very serious. And to say, hey, you know, when you do this or when you say this or when these things are expressed, they make me feel this way. And I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. You know, I'd appreciate it if there was any kind of way that you could do things or say things in this particular area this way or like that or along these lines. And if you come at them in a very loving way, hopefully they'll respond to you in kind right? They respond to you in a way to where they will hear what you're expressing, and they'll take an account of how their actions have been in that area. And that's what we are called to do, right? We're not called to get mad and get upset and cuss people out and want to fight people and want to have get back, right? And go to everybody else telling what they done did. That is the absolute wrong way to approach a situation. And many times that's what we do as Christians. We'll go tell somebody else what someone did to us that has offended us and hurt us instead of going to the person. How are you ever supposed to get the situation resolved or expect for the situation to get any better if you never tell the person that you have the problem with, but yet you go to everyone else and tell them the problem that you have with this person? Now, when it gets back to the person that you was talking about, it seems as if you were talking about them. And in reality, you were. Because you weren't talking to them. You were talking to any and everybody else except them. So please, and I'm saying please, right? I'm talking to me first, but I'm also expressing and suggesting to you that before we go to someone else talking about a problem that we have with someone else, let's go to the person that we have the problem with, because the Bible gives us the ability to go to them and correct them in love, right? And if we go to them and correct them in love, it doesn't guarantee that they're going to receive it, but it gives us the best foot forward. It gives us a platform to stand on to say that I have done my part, and hopefully you'll receive what I'm saying, and then you will adjust so that we can continue on in fellowship and brotherhood in the relationship, and the relationship doesn't have to be severed or come to an end because, one, I didn't correct you in the right way, and two, you didn't receive me asking you to change your actions or behaviors or words because I did not approach you the right way. You did? The scripture is going to be coming out of Matthew chapter 18 and verse 15. All right? Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. But before we get into that, please like this video. Please share this video on all your platforms, right? Let everybody know to come check out Lamele E so they can get their daily motivating content that's positive in nature and uplifting. You dig? LameleE.com. Love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and enlighten. Go on the website, check out the merch, right? Share this video on all your platforms. Subscribe to the channel and hit that like button so YouTube knows that you're watching, and they'll post more videos so everyone can get motivating and positive content. All right, now let's get into this lesson. Scripture says in Matthew 18:15, it says, moreover, right? It says, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass or commit an offense against thee, then go and tell him his fault, right? Don't go and tell everybody else and talking to everybody else about what he did to you, okay? Go to him and tell him his fault, right? And when you tell it between you and him. Don't go telling everybody else what he did and what he said and how it made you feel. And you know, this is how many times, and you getting tired of it, and you're about to do this and do. No, stop telling everybody else. Go to the person that you have an issue with and tell him his fault, right? And when you tell it, keep it between you and him. You don't need to have no audience. It don't need to be in no big crowd. None of that. You keep it between you and him. You dig? And y'all talk about it. Hopefully y'all can come to some kind of resolution. Why? Because you kept it between you and him, and you and him alone. You didn't include nobody else. You ain't called nobody else to be no counselor or be no referee. You know, you didn't need nobody there to be a witness. No. Go to him and it's just you and him, and y'all talking it out. You know what I'm saying? And if he hears you because of the way you came at him, because you were gentle and you showed mercy and you were loving, if he hears what you have to say, right? If he hears you, thou hast gained a brother. Right? That's what the scripture says. The scripture says, if he hears you because of the way you came at him, then you gained the brother. You haven't gained the enemy. You haven't gained someone that don't want to see you, don't want to have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you came at them foul, and now they have taken offense to how you came. You were the one that was offended in the first place. And you've been being offended. But because of the way you handled it, instead of handling it the way Christ would have handled it, you handle it out of your flesh. You know what I'm saying? You handle it like OB would have handled it. And then it didn't mess it all up. So now this person don't want to hear nothing you got to say. But if you come at them loving and they receive what you say, you've gained a brother. You haven't gained the enemy, right? And you haven't lost the relationship, but yet you've gained a brother. You've gained the respect. You've gained their trust. You've gained, you know what I'm saying, them looking at you in a different way, because now that they see you didn't come at them crazy. You didn't come at them all emotional. You didn't come at them cussing and fussing and upset and ready to fight. And you didn't go to the whole world and tell all that stuff what they did. No, you came to them and you kept it between you and them. Nobody else knows about it unless they tell someone. But you've done your part and I've done my part. You did? So I just want to come on real quick and just share that word with y'all, man, on this So Thankful Thursday. You did? What are you thankful for on this Thursday? I know I'm thankful because I have the confidence to go to my brother or my sister and tell them, hey, look, I didn't like what you said. I didn't like what you did. Why? Because I'm not trying to have an attitude against you. I'm not trying to be walking in sin, because I'm walking in unforgiveness and I'm walking in my flesh and I'm grumbling, I'm complaining, and I'm telling anybody who listen about the crap that you're doing and how you're making me feel. Right? No, that's not the way to go. Let's learn to keep our mouth shut. And let's learn to go to the person that we have a problem with and get it right with them. Right? And after we've done that, if they choose not to receive it, because they may not, then that's when we go get a witness. And after that, then we go get 2 or 3. And then after that, we go take them before the church. See, there's steps to this thing. But the first thing is you got to keep your mouth shut instead of telling everybody else what's going on, and go to that person and express to them how you feel. Listen, let me sum it up like this. If you feel it necessary, because everything's not necessary to go and tell someone of an offense. You dig? That's first. It's not necessary to go to someone for every little thing. But if you feel it necessary to go to someone and say, hey, this offended me and I didn't like it, and I just want to express it with you so that way we don't have any other issues moving forward, and I'm hoping that you'll receive what I'm saying and that we can continue in our relationship. If you do it that way, that keeps down murmuring and complaining, because you went to that person and you went to them in love and you went to them gently, right? So you wasn't complaining about them. You weren't murmuring about them to someone else. You went directly to them and you put it on them. If they received you, and hopefully they received you, and then they will adjust whatever it is that they received from you. Now, if they go and murmur and complain about you to someone else, then they're just repeating the very cycle of what you were trying to walk in and express and ultimately teach. I pray that this blesses you today. I pray that this helps you on today. I pray that you share this message with someone that may need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you know somebody that goes around telling what's going on instead of going to the person that they're having a problem with. And if you happen to be that person, yeah, I'm talking to you. If you happen to be that person that people come to tell about something with someone else, be bold enough to stop them many tracks and say, hold on, time out, brother, time out, sister. Hold on. Instead of telling me about what this sister did and said and so forth, why don't you go to them and tell them what they did and said? You did? Go talk to them first. Now, if you've already done that and you need me to be a witness or you need to be the second or third person, okay, cool. But if we would stop people from telling us things about somebody else that they got a problem with, that would stop a lot of murmuring and complaining. That would stop a lot of backbiting. That would stop a lot of unnecessary conversation that goes on behind closed doors, behind back doors, instead of you talking directly with the person you have a problem with. God gives us permission to do so as long as we do it in love and do it humbly and showing mercy as we do it. This is your man, Levon. Just want to bless you with this real quick. Want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for sharing these videos. And thank you for getting the message out. You did? One love, your man, Levon. Be blessed on this So Thankful Thursday.